Hey everyone, this is Dylan, and today I'll be doing a movie review for you guys. So the movie I'm reviewing today is Better Watch Out. Let's talk a little bit about Better Watch Out. This is a movie I didn't really know about until maybe a couple years ago. I think I heard about it on a podcast, and I decided to watch it, and I ended up really liking it. This is a extremely divisive movie. So let's get into what this movie is about. I'm going to try to be as spoiler-free as I can, at least for this first section, and then I'll have a little bit of a spoiler section towards the end of this review. So this movie follows Luke, who is a 12-year-old boy whose parents are going out for a holiday party, and his parents call in his babysitter, who is Ashley, and she is 17. We right off the bat get this idea that Luke has a crush on Ashley. There's a 5-year age gap, and he's 12 years old. And of course Ashley's like, no, I think I will pass on that. But Luke thinks that this is his last shot because Ashley is moving to Philadelphia and will no longer be his babysitter. So he sets up all of these things to kind of like impress her. He opens up a bottle of champagne and starts drinking it. But then a brick comes through the window and somebody ends up being in the house. So this quickly turns into a home invasion movie where Luke is trying to protect Ashley, Ashley's trying to protect Luke, and all of that. So that's where I'm going to leave the synopsis. Like I said, I would classify this kind of as a home invasion horror comedy movie, but there is a twist on the home invasion genre, and I think that that is something that works really well in this movie. This twist is extremely shocking when it actually happens because you don't really know everything up until the 30-minute mark. You think it's one thing, and then after that it goes into something completely different, and it's like, wow, that is a big twist, and I think that they pulled it off pretty well. And I think another one of the things in this movie that is one of its strong suits are the performances. I think our performances of Luke and Ashley are some of the best. Those are our two main characters, so that makes sense. I did see a lot of people that hated this movie because they hated Luke and his performance, but there's a reason why he's performing that way. I think what his character is makes a whole lot of sense with his performance. I think he does a really good job at it. I think that he plays it really well. Alright, so now I'm going to get into the spoiler section because this is a very spoiler-filled movie. If you are planning on watching this and you've never watched it before, I definitely recommend going in as cold as you can because it will make the twist more shocking, I would say. So let's now talk about the spoilers. Now let's talk about the twist. So the twist is that Luke has concocted this whole home invasion story in a way to try to impress Ashley so then he can get with her, I guess. And then he goes like full-blown misogynistic, borderline incel character, and it's like, wow, this is pretty crazy. The actor who plays Luke, Levi Miller, does an extremely good job. Like, he's not meant to be a likable character. I saw a lot of reviews that were saying, why are we following this character? This character's horrible and terrible, but I don't think the movie's ever saying that we're on his side. I think that there's a lot of messaging in this movie, and I think that it does make quite a bit of sense when you start thinking about the messaging and what happens to upper middle class white teenagers. And so the ending of this movie kind of has Luke getting away with it all. And if we look at our history in the past few years, how many white upper class teenagers and young adults, especially men, get away with doing really bad things, even in a court of law? I think that It's kind of a commentary on that. I think this was done in 2016, so I think that it does make a whole lot of sense. This is not a character that you're supposed to be rooting for. You're supposed to be actively rooting against him, and you're supposed to be rooting for Ashley. I think that this film does a good job of doing that. I mean, if you're rooting for Luke, then you might have some issues that you might need to look into getting some help for. And this movie is a lot like a couple other movies. It's kind of like this reverse story of The Babysitter. And then we've also got Home Alone. There's a lot of Home Alone references in this. They mention the movie by name, so it's definitely a big inspiration for this movie. There's also a little bit of American Psycho mixed in with this, and the character of Luke is a little bit like Patrick Bateman, and yeah, you can definitely see a lot of inspiration that the director Chris Peckover has taken from these other movies. And I'm going to end this review on my rating of the film. I gave it a 4 out of 5. I really did like this movie. The character of Luke is a bad person. Like, that's very clear, and I think that the performance is good. If you're getting a visceral reaction from the stuff that Luke is doing, then you're feeling the right emotions. If you don't, then that's not good for you. I think that, let's say there's another movie that has a really unlikable character. The Babadook. The little boy in that movie, I've seen The Babadook once, but the little boy in that movie is terrible. Literally the worst, probably one of the worst characters I've ever seen in a film. But you're not supposed to like that character. And the movie does a good job of that. You're not supposed to like Luke. So I ended up really liking this movie for what it was, and I saw the bigger picture that it was trying to display. So that is it for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of Better Watch Out, whether you liked it or you didn't like it, and why. And remember, if you're not already subscribed and you'd like to be, please hit that subscribe button down below and give this video a like if you liked it. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great day. Bye.